about me. It was gastroparesis. It caused the wind to come right up and say hello. That's not a sign.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie. Today we are talking about gastroparesis. What is gastroparesis, I hear some of you say? Well, I mean, the real question is, why haven't you watched this video from my channel? No, I'm just kidding. If you don't know what gastroparesis is, be sure to pause this video right now, go watch my video, learn about gastroparesis, and then come on over back. So, having been diagnosed with gastroparesis for 6 or 7 years, I think it is now, I still find myself having questions and searching online, on YouTube, on blog posts for answers. I figured I would sit down and answer some questions that I have received or I have ever wondered, and answer the ones that I feel I have enough knowledge about and enough experience about, so that you guys never feel alone and you have a place to come when you need some answers. So let's crack on with the questions. Also, before we get into the questions, I just want to remind you, or even let you know if you don't know, that there are so many people and support groups and even charities, GIFTUK, just saying, that are there to support you and help you and answer your questions and just be someone who can truly understand what you're going through. So I will leave the link to any information that I know of or that I use, but honestly just go on Facebook and type in gastroparesis support group and you'll find a ton. Okay, so the first question is, as part of my dad's support system, how best can we support him on his worst days? I know this isn't the answer that you want to hear, but honestly there's really not that much you can do to make it feel better. There's no cream or plaster that you can put on and you feel yourself again. However, I know I can be a bit of a moody when I'm having a really bad day. So from your point of view, don't take anything he may say or do personally or to heart and get upset, because he probably doesn't mean it and it's just his emotions all kind of spiraling and going crazy. But other than that, honestly, I just find being with someone or being distracted helps. I do find distraction to be one of the best medicines. So just sit with him, watch a movie, chat, talk about random stuff, try and make him laugh. Just being there helps more than you ever know, because the feeling that you get when people suddenly disappear and leave you because you're not feeling well and you have this condition is such a horrible feeling. So just having you there and seeing that you're by your side is just, it helps more than you realise, honestly. Question number 2, what was it like having a feeding tube? It really isn't as bad as it may seem. I have had both an NJ tube and a PEG-J tube, and that is a nasojejunal tube, and the PEG-J goes through your stomach wall. And although I had quite a lot of problems with the PEG-J tube, that was more down to my Ehlers-Danlos loss and the healing of my skin rather than the tube and the way the tube works itself, if that makes sense. To me, they are lifesavers, and they took pressure off of me to have to eat, because I was getting the nutrients I needed, so I could just eat small bits here and there for flavour and to feel normal, I guess, or just use my jaw muscles so they don't tighten up. But it took that pressure off so that I didn't feel, oh, I have to eat now, I'm going to get a lot of pain and I'm going to have a lot of suffering, and it took away that kind of fear and hate of food in a way. And I mean, plus who can say they can sleep and eat all at the same time, or that it's totally acceptable to go to the toilet whilst eating? I mean, you can't do that. I mean, I feel like this is a topic that could be like a whole video, so I don't know if you want me to do like a whole video on my experiences of tube feeding and kind of tips and tricks and stuff like that. If you do, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Okay, next up, do you have a safe option food? And I will be 100% honest with you and say no. I used to, but now I kind of I can eat something one day and be relatively okay, and then I'll have it the next day and be less than okay. I have things that I know will always cause me more pain, like pasta I know to stay clear of unless I am willing to not be able to move for a long time and get very bloated, and I know red meats tend to cause more pain. So I know certain foods that tend to cause more pain, but I don't have like a safe option go-to meal that isn't going to hurt. So yeah. Sadly, gastroparesis is very unpredictable, so you may be okay one day but you might not the next day. But then I also know people that do have safe option foods, so I mean, everyone's different. But for me personally, I don't have one anymore, but I used to. Potato and tuna used to be a really good one. Has the gastric pacemaker helped? It has helped with my pain and my nausea. I don't spend half my life over a toilet bowl anymore. It hasn't helped with pain, however we were told going into it that it is primarily for sickness. Would I get it again knowing what I know now about it? Yes. I still do take anti-sickness medication. It's not, you know, a magic cure. It helps to a degree. I do wonder if it has sped up my, you know, emptying system, because I haven't had an emptying test in a while. So I do wonder if it has, you know, sped all things up down there. But okay, this is kind of a two-in-one question. The question is, how do you deal with family and friends meals out and with the being excluded from things? I feel like this is maybe a topic for a separate video, because this is something that everyone with gastroparesis will deal with, and it is not easy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is hard, and even now I sometimes find it hard, especially if I'm going through a bad phase. It isn't nice being isolated and excluded from things, and when you do go to a restaurant or you get asked, you kind of feel very awkward. And I don't really ever go out to eat at restaurants. It is very, very rare that you will ever see me in a restaurant. Takeaways will be like your best friend. So find someone who is willing to just chill at home in your jammies with a takeaway and help you deal with the consequences after, basically. But like, no, honestly, it isn't easy, and there is no easy way to deal with that, because being isolated and excluded from things isn't easy, because people will start to stop asking you, or you know, you'll say no so many times that they just won't bother, and it's hard. But in a way, you also find out who your real friends are, the ones that are willing to change things and adapt things and do things maybe a little bit differently. They're the ones that you want anyway, is how I try and look at it. What has gastroparesis taught you? It has taught me a lot of things, but probably the main two would be to appreciate the things we do have in life. So especially like the basic things that we just take for granted that help us survive, like food, water, a bed to sleep on. Like, all of these things we take for granted, and I did it before. I would just eat and eat and eat and didn't even think twice about it or think to be grateful for it. I just did it like it was an everyday thing, no consequences, wasn't grateful for it or appreciate it. And yeah, I've just learned to really appreciate the things in life, particularly like the basic things that we have every single day. And the second thing would be, it also taught me who my real friends are and who the people are that I really want in my life and who will stick by me no matter what. And yeah, I think those are probably like the main two things. Okay, I could go on answering questions for literally ages. However, I'm pretty sure you probably have things that you would like to do or need to do that don't include watching me. So I hope this video helped answered even maybe one of your questions. If you do have any more questions about gastroparesis, be it from a sufferer or someone who is around a sufferer, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and maybe I will do a part 2 of this video, because I know for me, watching videos of other people and their experiences with things helped me a lot more than just reading it on medical websites and stuff. If you did like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up. And if you have just been diagnosed with gastroparesis, or you know someone who has been, just remember you are not alone. You are in this together, and you now have a new family to hug. Weird? Yeah. And if you're not already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and I would be very, very grateful and appreciative if you did. I will also leave the link to my last video in the description box below in case you want to go check that one out, which I think you do. And until next time, keep watching, stay strong and stay safe. Bye guys. But to me, actually, it feels like even more of an